Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Jai Mata Tutorials. I hope you are doing good, staying safe during COVID times and going through each and every content on my channel. So now last month we started with the discussion and we have done with the second class of our electric current. And now today we are going to discuss the third class of electric current where we are going to discuss about factors affecting resistance. So as we know, like resistance plays an important role in offering the current to the circuit, because we already defined resistance in the sense means the word itself, resist, in the sense to stop the flow of current, to stop the flow of ions. So suppose if ions are stopped, so as you know, like whenever there is a generation of current takes place in the circuit, so first the foremost important thing we should see that the ions are moving at a free rate, means the free flow of ions is expected. So if in such cases, if you don't see the free flow of ions, so definitely we expect that there is some resistance offered to the circuit. So if in such cases, like whenever if resistance is offered by the circuit, so as we know there is no generation of current. So that's the reason it's our most important duty, like where we have to find like what are those factors which are affecting the resistance. That is most important. So in today's class we are going to discuss like how this resistance plays an important role and what are the factors affecting resistance. So you might be knowing generally like there are generally some factors which are affecting resistance. Like one is the length of the conductor. One is length of conductor. The other is cross section area. Cross section area which is given by A, and length of the conductor given by L. The nature of material. The nature of material. So these are some factors which can be considered as the factors which are affecting resistance. So coming to the first one, the length of the conductor. So you might be knowing like as conductor, as we know that it's nothing but it's a metallic wire. So whenever you generally connect any circuit, so we need to have a conductor. So without a conductor, as we know, there is no electricity which can be generated, because as we know like metals, mostly as we know like metals are acting as, or metals are considered as good conductors of heat and electricity. So here like when you go for the whenever you are going to connect any electrical appliances, then also we know that we need to have a conductor. That's nothing but we need to have a metal wires. So these metal wires which are acting as conductors plays an important role in factors which is affecting resistance here. So here as per the statement we say that the length of the conductor is directly proportional to resistance. Means if length of the conductor increases, that's nothing but if L increases, even you can find that resistance also increases. So always we find that when if length of the conductor increases, there's lot of resistance also increases. Suppose if you are connecting a circuit, I'll give you example children. When you are connecting a circuit, suppose if the length of the wire is found to be more longer, so you can find that there are more chances of ions get stopped for a while. So that's the reason you can say that length of the conductor is proportional to resistance. It is directly proportional to resistance. If length of the conductor increases, resistance also increases. So this is one factor which you are going to find here. Then coming to the other next factor, as we said, it's cross section area. So as for cross section area is nothing but we say that cross section area is inversely proportional to, so I can say that A is inversely proportional to, resistance is inversely proportional to cross section area. Means in this case it is vice versa. Like in case of length of the conductor we said that whenever if length of the conductor increases, resistance increases. But in case of a cross section area you can find that if resistance decreases, area of cross section increases. If area of cross section decreases, then resistivity increases. So here these both are vice versa. When you say the inversely proportional to symbol, as you know, anything whenever it's inverse. So you know like suppose if resistance increases, you can find cross section area decreases. Suppose if you find resistance decreasing, then you can find cross section area increases. So in this way you can find that, so the inversely proportional to symbol it gives clear information that whenever resistance increases, you can find the cross section area getting decreases. So now let us consider the two relations which we got. One relation we got as length of the conductor proportional to resistance, which is directly proportional to resistance, and the other relation which we got, the resistance is inversely proportional to cross section area. Now from these two equations, let us equate these two equations. Equate 1 and 2 equations. So when you are equating the 1 and 2 equations, from both the equations, one is L proportional to R and one is R proportional, inversely proportional to cross section area. So from these two equations, at last we get like R is proportional to L by A. We get R proportional to L by A. Now in this case, what I am going to do, I am going to remove this proportionality constant and introduce rho. Rho into L by A. So here where rho stands for resistivity of the material. Where rho stands for resistivity of material. So this is very important, children. In your textbook also you can see that there are various resistivity values. So depending upon the resistivity of materials only you are going to find like how this resistance plays an important role. Means which kind of material you are going to use, or in which of the cases you can find that how this resistivity holds good, because which kind of materials we should use that it is not going to give you much resistance, because in all of such cases our aim or our objective is that they should not arise with any kind such of resistance. Means you should see that the flow of ions whichever are moving across the circuit should be moving at a free flow rate. They should move freely. They should not get stopped. They should not get obstructed. They should always continuously keep on moving. Then we say that there is no resistance arise in a particular circuit when you are trying to expect the amount of current generation. So here this factor which you need to account for that. So when you are trying to equate this both the equations which we got from the factors affecting resistance, one is length of the conductor and the other is cross section area. From these two factors, when we equated at last we got one constant. When you are eliminating the proportionality constant, you got a constant called resistivity. So this resistivity of material will purely depends on the nature of material, and based on which we can connect the circuits and find the flow of ions moving at that rate. Yes, and coming to the one more factor called as nature of material. So this is also very important, children, nature of material. Because when you are going to take different types of materials, so you have thick wires, thin wires. So you might be knowing about thickness of wires. So thickness of wires also plays an important role. So here mostly we prefer thickness of wire, means thickness is found to be strong. So whenever you find the thickness material, means if you find the material to be stronger, when you find that particular conductor, whichever is found to be thick in the dimension and thick in its radius, it can hold the current to up to that extent. Means you can find that if there is an increase in temperature, if there is a decrease in temperature also, the thickness of wire or the thickness of the conductor should be such a strong that it will not allow the resistance to happen. So because of that reason, nature of material also plays a very important role here. So that's the reason we always try to prefer the thickness of material. If you in the place of thickness material, instead of using a thick wire, if you use a thin wire, what happens? You can know very well that if you are using a thin wire, it can get melted up easily, it can get heated up easily, it cannot able to maintain the temperature. Then in such cases, if that wire particularly which gets melted up or heated up, so definitely you will see that the you can able to see that there is flow of ions. If there is a flow of ions, there is resistance. If there is resistance, the current will going to stop it. So then it's not going to work it out, children. So this is how, children, like in today's class we discuss some of the factors affecting resistance. I hope you have understood it. So once again, like my channel, subscribe to my channel, for just to share it them to your well-known friends. Okay. So this is all, children, like in today's class we discussed like the various factors affecting resistance. I hope you have understood it. So try to once again go through the content what we have discussed here and try to share it with your friends and each and everyone, so that they can also understand the concepts which we are going through, and try to comment and get your doubts clarified. I hope you are getting it, and in our next class we are going to continue the next topic of this chapter. Till then, keep enjoying and watch my channel. Thank you.